Maybe something on your computer isn't working. Maybe you need to create how-to documentation. Maybe you just want to share something interesting. Whatever the reason, you need to create a good screenshot. This video will cover how to do that with the Snipping Tool, which is built into Windows. The first step is to find the Snipping Tool. To do that, click the Start button or press the Windows key on your keyboard and type Snipping. You can right-click on this and pin it to your Start or pin it to your taskbar if you'd like. You can also find it by digging into the menu system under Windows Accessories, Snipping Tool. There are a number of modes you can use with the Snipping Tool. The first is a free-form snip. Looks like this. You can create an odd shape, and that is going to be your snip. This is kind of neat, but not all that useful. The next is a rectangular snip. This is my favorite one and the one that I use most frequently. And this would just take a rectangular snip of whatever it is that you selected. The third is a window snip. And this would capture a window, like in this case, Maps or Chrome, whatever application it is, just that window is what it would capture. In this case, I can't show it to you because my video software interferes. Just trust me on that. If you pick a particular application, that is what will get a screenshot. And then the final mode is a full screen snip. And this is going to take a snip of your entire screen. If you have one, if you have two monitors, it'll capture both monitors, 3 or 4, going to capture all of them. This is not very useful because it's difficult for a viewer to understand which part of the screen you want to draw attention to. So most of the time, you're going to stick with a rectangular snip and do something like this. Okay, now the next part, I want to talk about the delay feature. So say you have a window and it has a drop down on it. Well, it's a little bit difficult here. If you want to capture this drop down, you can't come over here to New and click on it and have that be there. So there's this feature of a delay. Just set the delay to 2 seconds. Make sure our mode is rectangular. Click New. Get your mouse where it needs to be. And when it got there after 2 seconds, it created the snip. And we can capture it that way. The alternative way to do this is to keep it on no delay and then get to where you want to be. Make sure that's selected. Get to where you want to be and use the Alt N key on your keyboard, which is the keyboard shortcut, to create a new screenshot. And accomplish the same thing. All right, now, once we've created that screenshot, let's talk about how you can edit it. There are a number of tools available to you here. One is the pen tool, a highlighter, and an eraser. The pen tool gives you different colors, defaults to red, and lets you mark it up. You can highlight whatever you want and then send it off to somebody. The highlighter does exactly what it looks like it would do, and then the eraser lets you clear those things out. Good. Now, after you've done all of this, you'll probably want to send it to somebody. There's a number of options here to do that. Say we want to send a new email. I typically would recommend just creating a new email message and just pasting it right in. Just paste it right in. And if you note this, if you add additional things in there, you don't actually have to copy and paste it. You don't have to copy it. It will automatically copy it to your clipboard every single time you make an edit to that image. There is also this copy button, which is a little redundant because it automatically does that for you. You can also use this send snip email recipient, which opens up a new message. But I don't like this because if you have a signature, it's going to not use your signature. So typically I would just come in here and create a new message and then paste it in the body of the message. You could also save it, save the snip somewhere on your desktop if you like, and then it would save it there. You can attach it later. If you really want to get fancy, you can use the Paint 3D option, but most of the time you can just use this. Okay, let's look at some of the options available. Under Tools, you click Options. Always copy snips to the clipboard. That's very useful. I recommend keeping that on. Show screen overlay when snipping is active. This is what grays out the screen whenever you click New and everything's gray, and then you highlight what you want and it ungrays that section. It's pretty useful to see what you have selected and recommend turning that on. You can check this option, which shows selection inked after snips are captured, and that will add a red box around your screen cap so that when you go to paste it, it just stands out a little bit. All right. The final tip I have for you is if you are submitting a screenshot in order to get support, I recommend an example of there being an error message on your screen, capture the error message and also the context around where that error is occurring. So if you can capture the screen on which that error was generated, that's helpful in troubleshooting the issue. That's the snipping tool and how to use it.